Hi, King Vader. Hello. 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 And, to a lesser or greater extent, hi. It's Tuesday. It's time for more flailing around in the world of narration. Seahorse is just a regular with flipper tail. Right, cool. Sure. He has webbed hooves. How are we doing? We alright? Never get a good volume for these videos. Can't complain though. Adrian von Ziegler. Free music used for free with permission, which is lovely. Webbed hooves, yes. Look, I've got to draw it. How are we? Yes, we're just remarking upon the fact that everyone seemed to have forgotten what was happening, including myself. So yeah. The other one of a horse front and fish back. I don't know. Isn't that just like a fish with a horse's head? Look, I'll work something out. By which I mean, I'll probably won't work something out. But I guess I have to. Right, before we do that though, here is the plot. Horseback fish front. Yes, there was a organised crime syndicate that had a cover of selling fish, and the people who rig the horse races backed their fish front. So what's going on? How's everyone's week going? Is it going well? So far, it's only Tuesday, but hey. What are we? A minute and a half into the stream? Already, terrible jokes. Lovely. It's a good start. So, you've not been here because of work. What's happened? Stuff. That's fair. Lots of dots. Always fit. Oh, it's weird. I'm trying to... Whenever I do this, I have one headphone over one ear and one headphone off so that I can hear my voice and what's happening on the computer. But it's always the left ear. The left ear is always the one with the headphones on. So I'm trying it the other way around and it feels really weird. You just got to make sure I don't wear out one ear more than the other. You didn't need to know that. Anyway. Yes, so what's happened? Where were you last time? Well, let's do a quick recap before we do anything else. Okay, so. Were you here the week? I can't remember. See your suggestion for Muck Lady Portrait, who you can't remember her name was used. Yes, there's Buffy is poking their head in. Yeah, so. So presumably you were here for... Okay, so you were here when we had Peridot, right? You were here when we designed Peridot, that's cool. Okay, so, yeah, we did all that. There was the scroll. We went back in time. We saw the city before it got turned into ruins. We met Grandma Bonk, who pushed us back. Then, last week, we went back to the city. Trust me, and we will go back to the city. And back with Stoker and Brad and Gil. Why is one of the portraits black? That's to signify that we're in two groups. Group on the left, group on the right. The party is split. So, yeah. And we are introduced to the underground resistance people who are fighting back against the big old mega corporation stuff. No one's dead. We have had a death symbol, but we'll get to that. So we're introduced to their literally underground world and hideout. It's full of puzzles and stuff, which is a good time. The details of which I don't remember an awful lot. Also, this character is called Fu Rias. And yes, there's an amazing hideout with many puzzles over here, which is great. While we're there, we are given a map by Fu, which contains not only, locations and stuff, like a map probably should, but also, hey, some optional side quests. Maybe you want to go and do those, which will help out with the resistance. You can help out with little resistance efforts in different places you go to. And hey, if you're going to do that, why doesn't Fu come with you? Optional character, hooray! So Fu is an optional character you can take with you to do things in locations. But we have a map, importantly. So now we have a half-decent understanding of how we might be able to find Jethro and Mo. and now float, obviously. While this all happens, Brad is falling deeper and deeper into the cliche of the hero, and he's having a bit of a time dealing with that. And Stoker gives him a little pep talk, saying, "Hey, you can be a hero without being your traditional hero. Whatever you want to do to help people, that's all you need to do. You don't have to, deal with the consequence. You don't have to, barge into a place and slay the dragon and just have the town destroyed in the process and then walk away saying, 'I'm a hero,' and then leave everything to be wrecked. You can just stay behind and help people. You do you. You're not a cliche, you're a person. Anyway. Meanwhile, lots of puzzles with Stoker being able to fit into small spaces and Gil needing bigger doors to go through. Yes. Meanwhile, the other team are walking through somewhere. We don't really know where, but we think it's by the sea. And we have a little bit of a chat about what's happened. So you want us to do this monotonous mini-game to help increase resistance supplies? Yes, you want to get the secret item and do everything, right? It has its own achievement. There are 99 puzzles of increasing difficulty. Each of them gives you a coupon for half a potion, but the last one gives you a legendary item. So yeah, we're walking somewhere by the sea, and we're having a chat about what happened, the whole portal in a scroll thing. And Mo asks, "Hey, what was that all about? What happened there?" And so Peridot gives an explanation as to what she knows, because she definitely paid attention. What she knows happened with regards to this city and how it all went down and how it got destroyed. Because it got destroyed by this big old shrimp in the sky. And it was very bad, and that shrimp is really, really evil and a monster and wants to kill everything and is just absolutely mega bad, horrible, yes. And this is where everyone died. Because this is what we're using the death symbol for. But the idea behind this is essentially, hey, she's explaining what happened, but she's explaining it through the lens of somebody who A, definitely paid attention, and B, was taught entirely by a cult of people who worship the opposition to that thing in the sky. So, a bit of... We can possibly have a reveal later as to what actually happened, but we'll work that out, because we didn't actually see this. We didn't see the destruction happening. We just things started happening, and then Grandma Bonk kicked us back through the scroll. So yeah, and that's where we left off. And then a boss happens apparently. So I don't know. We were told, yeah, someone said seahorse boss, so I suppose I should do that. So yeah, that's basically what happened last time. Another thing that happened last time was the consideration of whether or not to reveal the first symbol of each column that is a new place, so that we know roughly when we're going to a new place, when we're going to a place we've been to before, to give us an idea as to where this plot's going. Hi, Kiro. How you doing? How are you? I'm here. I'm standing. I'm still standing. How are you? Are you alright? Yeah, so I don't know if we want to do that. I have set up a thing where I can reveal the first symbols of each column. No, I didn't forget to do it. It's there. I can turn off the mask, or turn on the mask, I should say. And I think it is, because I have seen it, and I think it is probably relevant to do that sooner rather than later. You would like that too? Okay, cool. In that case, here are the symbols. Hopefully I do this right. Here are the... Hang on, I'm gonna... Just in case I screw this up, I'm gonna do it. Okay, yeah, it worked. Okay, cool. There. So these are the symbols of all the new locations we're going to be visiting at some point. In particular, the next 3 places we go are places we've been to before. So... that's probably worth knowing. But yeah, so these are... We are going to... in total, I guess, 9 new locations for the rest of the story. And we're going back only 4 times to places we've been before, so... hopefully the team meets up soon, and then we can go back to where we started and solve the whole, people dying thing? Where are we going back to? I imagine, like I say, there's going to be some of that, and then maybe we'll go to the city again. We'll resolve the story with the medicine, and then we'll properly start the story with the company, I think. So that gives us at least 2 places to go to. Assuming we meet up. I'm hoping that at the end of this column is going to be the rejoining symbol. I can't remember how I coded it. But knowing me, I just said, hey, if you're going to put down a split symbol, put down a rejoin symbol, just stick it on the end of a column. So it would be likely to be at the end of a long one? Maybe? That's my guess. I haven't bothered looking. Because that's cheating. So, yeah. So this is your basic synopsis for the rest of the game, as much as we're going to know that. So, the next one should be Magma City, and the friendly one after that should be Mushroom City, and the place between could be the swamp to get there. Can do. I did say we were talking about where we are at the moment, wherever it is. And yeah, we did consider doing Mushroom City or something like that, but feels wrong to do it without Gil, And we're nowhere near Magma City. Which would be the end of the last column. I think there was a limit. I can't remember. I feel like that. I feel like that's something I would have flagged up when I was checking them as being, that's not a good story. The city is called Mushroom. Cool. Mushroom. Okay. Oh, this is still weird with the headphone thing. Goes to show how much I've been doing it, not the other way. Okay, so let's try and work out where we are. So this is talking about the flashback, and that there's big shrimp, evil, terrible. Can't be doing with it. Mushroom. Rom is their word for home. And they are the musher people. So where are we going? It's a hostile location. There are 4 more things happening here after we fight this boss, so I don't know. That's how we make law, baby. Through misspellings and misunderstanding. I need music up in my ears. I can actually hear it. Sorry, I know I just read that out loud, but I then looked at OBS, and for some reason I read that as that's how we make love, baby. It's like, okay, sure. Went to a little Jerboa trade post. Oh, I forgot about that. Yes, big seahorse creature was attacking the Jerboa's peeps. A Jerboa sea trade post, mostly because you can draw more small friends. Can or must? Okay, also my microphone is perfectly poised to pick up all of the pen sounds, so I'm going to move it briefly. There we go. Must. Okay. Well, we have a boss to fight, so let's look up seahorses. Maybe it's worth revealing the next symbol so that we can talk about that while I'm drawing. How? I'm just looking at a seahorse and I'm thinking, how can this terrorize anything? This is not a creature that terrorizes. Another boss. Yeah, it's likely. Boss rush. Did I set it up so you can't have a boss immediately before a boss rush? Because that seems redundant. We've seen Cedra, that thing's Angie. It's Angie, but it's like, what's it gonna do? Bump into you? Doesn't have arms. Doesn't have limbs. It just floats. Also, how does something... Like, is it out of the water? Does it float? It floats menacingly? Also, what does the trading post look like? I've bitten off way more than I can chew with accepting, with saying yes to you guys. Half out of the water, big stumpy hooves destroying Jerboa houses. Like I guess there's like. Hang on, let me just turn everything on. And then that way I can get the color I want. There we go. Da, 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 da. Also, we're almost halfway through, and it's part 14, so got at least 3 or 4 more months out of this thing. Yes, and is going to be the end of me, always. Okay, yeah, let's reveal the next symbol so that we can talk about something while I'm panicking. Watch it be death again. Calm down, Clip Studio. Any guesses? Hi, Oobs, how you doing? But plot, yay, it's plot. Everyone loves plot. That's 2 plots so far in this. Oh dear. How you doing, Oobs? You doing all right? We have been saying the word horse. We have. Of course, that's why Oobs is here. Oh dear. It's a seahorse, so just got back from the arts. Marvelous. Well, prepare to feel better about yourself while I do whatever I'm gonna do. Someone do Oobs with hang on, I need to move the microphone again. Oh no, it's terrible. I'm professional. Let me turn it off. I need to work out something better than this. Right. Oh, now it's difficult to see chat. Great, wonderful. Anywho, very dramatic music for this sort of thing. First up, all your drawings from throughout your year in a very respectable manner and not at all a mess. Fantastic. This is going to be, I mean, for a start, awful, but also so far it seems that Mo is more on the shrimp train, while Brad is more on the Zibiths train. I'm sure they'll converge eventually. Well, they don't have to. This is a JRPG. Should the horse be a result of shrimp magic shenanigans? The boss is not plot significant. I mean, it can still be a result of the shenanigans, but it's just... it can't play a role in anything that follows after it, basically. The great thing about this is because it's a weird mythical dragon seahorse thing, I can't get it wrong. Bold of you to assume. I mean, you can claim I'm wrong. Many do. And they're usually correct. Oh, the staging on this is terrible. I can't even say I haven't drawn anything today. Been drawing all day. That's my excuse. I've been drawing all day. Oh, I'm so tired. It's just like planks of wood flying around. Presumably there's wood in the trading post. I don't know. Tattered rags and things. So is the plot going to be, as you're saying, like, hey, these monsters have been getting bigger and worse? Yes, it's got a hand. Going proper Godzilla with this thing. I could think of Sapphire Weapon too. Kinda like this. Cool. Well, fortunately for this one isn't going to get a cannon to the face, so... Not that we know of, anyway. Yeah, no, this is supposed to be a kind of like, oh, this is a big perspective is a thing, and it just isn't, really. I am looking for things. Hang on, 1 second. I'm gonna be back in a second. Oh, I closed it, that's why. Me being a pillock. Also, I don't know how this thing's running. It's not. It's being knocked forwards. It's fine. What's with all what's? Oh, okay. I sort of see what's going on with that. Anywho, what's? I was just looking at emotes that people have. What are we talking about? More angry because of all the pollution and aggressive expansion by the corporation, perhaps? Is that how, like, Shrimp God and the corporation are kind of in league? So, like, hey, I'm going to need you to pollute stuff. Because that way, all my weird mutations can happen. Mutual beneficiacy. What's the word? Benefit. That's the one I'm looking for. Oh, it's like symmetricity all over again. Gijif. Brush. Curse Bloosh. And of course, the Jerboa friends represent small independent tradespeople who are being metaphorically ruined by metaphorical sea monsters. It's an allegory, you see. Trying to imply destruction here. Yeah, helps sell the perspective a little bit. The sea monster is Bezos. Got it. Do we actually have? Are we ever going to see the head of the corporation? Or is it capitalism? Because we haven't really done much with cat. Realistically, having the turf deemed as mine now because of these arsehounds kicking me out by the seahorse. Possibly. I don't think the seahorse is all that interested in a hostile takeover. I don't think they're going to acquire the goods and purchase them themselves, or sell them themselves. Then again, I don't know. Who knows the machinations of Seahorse-Kaiju? Just some bald guy in a gold suit. So I'll take the. That's only something that Miss Christie and Chibi will know. So I'm not going to make that reference. Cat can be the big bad. Well, we have a possibility. Obviously, you know. In this story, the head of the evil global corporation is female, but it's female as an allegory for male, so it works. You heard your name. I was going to make a reference, and then I realized it was a reference to something that we talked about on the Patreon hangout on Friday. So it's not worth it, and now I'm talking about it twice. So. Anywho, Destruction is wrought. Make the reference just for you. Okay. In order to make the picture of the bald guy in a gold suit, I'll just take the picture we did of Candlestick and take his hair off. There we go. Anyway. Enough of that. So we have plot. This has all happened. Now we have plot. So I presume after we've fought away giant seahorse creature with a rolling pin, a buffalo, and whatever. Oh, of course, it had to have legs. Of course this had to have legs. It's me considering the possibility that this thing was just a floating seahorse. It had to have legs. Otherwise, this is the first boss the Peridot gets to fight. It needs shins to kick. We know this. It could be the head is just unwittingly funding everything and isn't really in charge. Yeah. Sounds about right. So yeah, Peridot kicks some shins. Jethro does whatever Jethro does. One day we'll work out what Jethro actually does in a fight. Not today. His legs to do a good sit after it's done eating. What? His moral support. He claps from the sidelines. Yay. Dance. That sounds about right. He does mime. Anyway. So. Presumably we save the Jerboans and what's left of their little village. And I guess we help rebuild? I don't know. As if to directly compare with the chat that Brad was having with Stoker about heroes, you know, saving the day and then moving on and not helping out with any of the aftermath. You immediately cut to, you know, half of this team doing exactly the opposite of that. You've played games where Dancer is a combat class. So have I. And I've never quite understood it. Like, you can incorporate dance into a normal... Like, I've played Bayonetta. That's basically a dance. It just so happens she has guns in her shoes. You know? Like tap dancing, but... rat-a-tat-tat dancing. He wants to eat... it wants to eat the mice. It has reason to destroy stuff. It's a monster, not a human. Oh, I see. Right. So it's not just doing this for the purposes of destruction. It's doing it because, ooh, look, foods. Look at the little foods running around. Yes. So. I don't know what's going on here. We help the Jerboans and they help explain what's going on with the sea creatures. Are Jerboan, like, buildings tiny? I guess they are. I need to draw these characters more frequently, you know? So that when I do have to draw them, I know how to draw them. Instead, I spent the whole day drawing every actor to play number 2 in a TV show from the 1960s. Oh, I didn't do Ian McKellen. Should have done Ian McKellen. Did Ian McKellen die, or am I making that up? Might be thinking of Christopher Lee. You write the comic book you're never gonna make. Nah, one day. It's on the list. Pretty sure he's still alive? Cool, that's good. The world is better off for that. Have you ever seen Vicious? I'm not going to claim it was the best sitcom ever made, but it did have Ian McKellen and Derek Jacobi playing an old gay couple, which was great. They would be normal sized and just living in big family groups because mice, otherwise there'd be a lot of houses. I mean, I thought these would sort of traders. I don't know what's going on with them, really. We did cats in 2019. That's the same as dying, really. I know you meant it as, so he must still be alive, but I did read it as... Did cats kill him? Cats killed everybody, whether they were in the film or not. I don't know what goods the Jerboans are trading because they can't carry a lot. Spices, probably, something like that. They only killed you if you were a coward. Well, I'm dead then. They have some form of pack animal, perhaps? I'm assuming they don't have familiars? We never did come up with a familiar for food, did we? This is slightly distracting because Fu is Fu is the name of a character in a Final Fantasy game, who is also occasionally known as the Mop, because when they die, they turn into just a puddle of beard. And it looks like a mop. If it wasn't human, would he even have a familiar? Good point. Okay, so it's only humans who have familiars, I guess. I guess we didn't really establish this because the only real non-humans we've encountered have been Jethro and Gil. And yeah, Gil's a mushroom person. And Jethro's a... constructed entity, as is Wick, so, and Gabe, but other sort of humanoid things we haven't really encountered too much of. So I think if one joins the party, they should have a big cat as a familiar. Well, we are at the whims of the symbols, I'm afraid. Look at this. This is immensely helpful. So what do we learn? What do we learn? Plot. We learn about the whole pollution thing. We learn about how the monsters have increased in number. Do they know anything about the shrimp god? Maybe this is when Peridot can start sort of espousing, you know, oh, we learned about this, of pollution in the ocean can cause the shrimp god to grow stronger and things like that. Because she knows, she thinks she knows. She definitely knows. She has qualifications to prove it. Don't ask to see them. This is very ominous music for what is essentially quite a nice scene. Gil's people were made by all the excess magic, so that goes into them living as opposed to familiars. Okay, that makes sense. Oh yeah, is this all... Like, didn't this all stem from the disaster or something like that? That we came up with this idea that the excess energy from... the excess magical energy from Shrimp God being defeated or something like that goes into familiars or something. Or like Grandma Bonk's like, hey, we don't need all this energy being concentrated into one place, let's spread it out. Or something like that. Those from that class she definitely wrote herself. Definitely. Are the Jerboans sentient normally, or they become sentient because of magic? What does the word sentient mean? Specifically, isn't there a difference between sentient and sapient? Something like that. The capacity to be aware of feelings and sensations. Okay, so they probably had that anyway. I assume you mean sapient, is that the word? Intelligent, able to think. Okay. Alive with the conscience, cool. Oh, semantics. It's the wrong way around. I know how clothes work. I also know how arms work. Don't question me. I took the same test that Peridot did. Also, this is definitely the right size. Don't you worry about it. Here's the question, though: if Shrimp God is rising up in power, where's that power coming from? If it was dissipated to essentially spread life across the world, are things required to die in order for Shrimp God to become powerful again? Is there a big? Is this where we get our like bit ridiculously stupid weapon plan? Where somebody in the company is making a giant cannon that's going to kill half the things on the Earth, just for the purposes of making Shrimp God whole again. Because that sounds pretty JRPG, right? In fact, it sounds pretty Final Fantasy VII, if we're going to be specific. They're developing a kill all magical races and familiars power shrimp gun. Okay, so it's not non-humans. Or maybe it won't kill them, maybe it will just, well, I guess for the purposes of narrative stuff, it will kill them. I was gonna say maybe it won't kill them, maybe it will just take away their ability to think intelligently, but I guess there's no real stakes, we could just reverse that. Yeah, I think the water can just be polluted more and more over the time that it just slowly killed, and they just covered all the casualties up. Maybe. Hello, Christy. What did you miss? Long story short, this. And now we're rebuilding. It would just drop and be a big person-shaped mushroom. Maybe that can happen. We lose half our party. And that's kind of like a moment of, oh no! Like Jethro's gored head just sort of rolls away. On the plus side, Wick stops. So, swings and roundabouts. It's probably Poison Nurse is planning the revived Shrimp God plot, but the company is making the gun, so they just don't know what it's for. Wasn't Christie's villain related to that whole thing? Maybe she can be involved in it as well, because she's clearly got a hand in the whole technology side of things. Whereas mistakes kill some people. Have fun. Those are three concepts that I believe are intimately connected. More of this is happening elsewhere. I assume we're still in the desert. Because we're by the sea and there's sand. This is a desert-y area. Maybe this is like a properly hot desert, rather than the cold desert we had before. Then the unlikely team up of misfits and goons. Yeah, Gabe and Wick stop working. So Bran and Gregory are like, well, that's our main muscle gone. What do we do? A villain also, she is ambulatory wheel user. Yes. Like I say, slightly concerned that the only character with disabilities happens to be a villain, but we can fix that. There's more characters to meet. Also, this perspective is all sorts of balked. Also, I just typed the letter L into chat. Go away. This horizon makes no sense. No sense at all. That horizon also makes no sense. No sense at all. It's almost as if the perspective is thoroughly balked. Look, it's what we got. Anyway. So, rebuilding effort is clearly, look, it's a buzz. Definitely working well. And we learn about the whole pollution thing. Maybe the Jerboans tell us that, you know, lots and lots of things keep dying. Not just in the ocean, but things that live near the water. It's a problem. Also, the water's black. Is that normal? And Peridot goes, I've heard about this. This is a thing I remember. Definitely remember this. What was I saying? Yes, definitely remember this. Shrimp God, very much against that which is clean and natural and normal and so on and so forth. Anything that Hippo Goddess likes. And as a consequence, thrives on pollution and thrives on corruption, deterioration, all these sorts of things. So presumably this is all part of the plan for the Shrimp God. I imagine this is all very simplified, and we'll learn a bit later that it's actually a bit more complicated than that. But for now, this is our best guess. And we learn about that, and we help out the Jerboans, and then we have a lovely scene where we help the Jerboans make dinner, and there's a little mini game about how many ingredients you put into the pots, and everyone's looked after, and it's all good. So that's lovely. 1 second, need to blur my nose. Ah, hay fever. Shrimp God's mum got pushed off a cliff by clean things. Their parents were ambushed in an alleyway by a bottle of detergent. And ever since then it has vowed to fight clean, to fight... yeah. There's a way to make that work. Right, cool, that happens. What's the next symbol? I don't know. Let's have a look. Death, probably. It's gonna be. We can always go back and have more plot. Again, plot can last bloody ages. What do we got? Boom. Yay! It's a plot important boss fight. So who turns up and ruins the fun? It could be a new thing that's plot important. It could be a recurring. Maybe this is when Christie's villain comes back and we have a fight with her. It's something either if we introduce a new thing, it's something that's got to crop up later, or it's got to be something that has already cropped up. Let's bring back Christie's villain. Cool. How does Christie's villain fight? Also, let me get reference. That opened far bigger than I needed it. Thank you. Cool. Right. So Christie's villain comes riding up, back on the street. What is it? It's called Boss Plot. No, not Boss Lot. There's a P in plot, and it should pop up. It should pop up. There it is. Okay. Actually, hang on. It probably makes more sense for me to try and draw her the way I drew her before, which is probably around here. Before that. Has it really been... Wow. Wow, really? Stream 5. Stream 5. We're on stream 14. It's been ages since this. Will the players remember this character? Okay. Just have this in the corner as reference. I forgot about the dog. Dog's cute. Scoot has their power. Magic shooties was the initial idea, and protective service doggo. Look at that vicious little thing. I'll have your face off. Right, so why is she here? What's she doing? Is she here to cover things up? Is she here to... I don't know. Oh, the seahorse didn't finish the job, so I guess I better do it. Or something. Something along those lines. I'm imagining like a kind of... Also, wasn't she slowly turning into a shrimp or something? Something like that, because she's part of the cult. Cover up works with what we talked about so far? Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the last time we saw her was when the factory disappeared. So maybe she is just here to cover things up. That's her job. She is the cover-upper. Again, not my character. I'm just speculating. This is a good practice because I do actually have to draw another thing like this at some point. It's not a motorcycle though, or a motor scooter thing. Basically turning it into a motorcycle. Hope you don't mind. Also, did I never draw the other handle? It's like that probably. If she's turning shrimp, that would be interesting two-part fight. Ah, good point. We haven't had a two-part fight yet. Not that we know of. Well, we had Crow Dragon and then Dridgeon, but that's not a two-part fight. Um, you thought you just had RE8 on the brain, so you wasn't sure if she mutated in any way, or whether you made that up. No, but apparently we were discussing it. I don't think we did anything with it yet. So many characters, not enough development. Welcome to these streams. We complain about it in the games we do draw-throughs of, and we can complain about it in our own. I think that's probably the one reusable tip I picked up from Drawfee, is those squiggles in something that's moving. Talked about a worshipping shrimp god and got a powerful body. So, at some point, random claw. Shrimp does sound like a formidable foe, precisely. I think that was where it came from. I think it was originally a joke from Chibi, this idea of a shrimp god being just a ridiculous sounding thing. And as always, if it sounds ridiculous, it becomes canon. My general rule, if it makes me laugh, it's staying in. Now, why do they need to see those extra colours? They're useless. That doesn't make any sense. This is far too small. Which has the left arm? Okay, cool. Oh dear. I've bitten off far more than I can chew again. I'm sorry. I have my big mutated shrimp mouth, and I've bitten off way more than I can chew. She's not happy to see us this time. Because, hey, people are still alive here. Maybe the Jerboans lodged an official complaint with the company. She's like, gotta deal with that. Yeast God's still your favourite. Yeah, well, I'm sure. Didn't we say that Yeast God would be like an optional boss or something? The optional super boss is Yeast God. Yep, this definitely makes sense. You think about it during a doodle stream, and you were talking about animals related to gods, and in a world of regular animals becoming familiars, what animals would be related to God? Oh yeah, that was it. Yeah, because you're more likely to have a familiar that's something like a wolf or a bear than you are a shrimp. So yeah. Wants to see how powerful you have become, for it is the god of rising to the occasion. So I guess it makes sense that it's sort of like a connected to Brad's story. Because it's resisting the urge to do that. Hey, feet. What are they? What's the deal with feet? What would it be? I have just looked at what I've drawn and I can't remember what it is. Oh, there's a sort of gauntlet thing, isn't it? I don't know why I worry about these details. We have storytelling. Yes, that arm definitely. I can make it work. And that's the one with a thing on it, isn't it? Oh no, they both have. That's the leg with the Jerboans. I know all the terms, mate. Sure, it now has a raised bit, don't worry about it. The idea, by the way, is that the scooter's engine is powered by magic mumbo jumbo science from the corporate lab. Wonderful. So it is a combination of technology and mumbo jumbo. Which is apt for these sorts of stories. So hooray. Why am I worrying so much about this? Anyway. Actually, it shouldn't be. Set. As she comes riding in. And we have a bit of an old fight. Would the transformation? No, I guess it's plot significant. Things can happen in a plot significant boss fight, I guess. I was going to say, do we need the mumbo jumbo card for the card symbol for sudden crab claw? Yeah, what modification are we having? We're going to have this character is going to have a battle modification. Yeah, this character really does look nothing like the original sketch. I apologize. Just for reference, this is the original sketch. Not sure what happened, but I happened. My inability to draw other people's characters happened. Anyway, commission me. It's all part of the boss fight, no mumbo jumbo needed. Right, okay, what modifications are we having then? Maybe we could spin this. Maybe I'm trying to think of a way of making the sort of disability part of things more like sympathetic in a sense, because you know it's always fun to make. This is the problem with me saying, hey everybody design a villain, and not saying, hey everybody design a protagonist. You know, so it's already juiced up. I was thinking, like, maybe this is a character who was who has resorted to extreme measures to try and make her life better because society sort of let her down. It's like, you know, the corporation doesn't care. They're not helping me. I have to help myself. And thus, shrimp juice. And the story is that we should all help one another rather than pushing people to extremes. I don't know what the existing equivalent would be, but anyway, believe it or not, shrimp-based self-mutation is not a known thing. She's about as woman who got tired of shit. Yeah, redemption arc, maybe. Maybe when all of the shrimp power dissipates, maybe she returns to her original form. We're writing the last bit of the third act here. Less than halfway through the story. Or maybe this is just before... Like, this is the low point. When it all goes off. And it sort of kick-starts the third act. I don't know how, but it does. Sorry, I was just thinking about how are all of the familiars and that. Because presumably the connection between person and familiar also kind of breaks and they just turn into animals without any sort of special connection or anything like that. And I just imagined Colin, Stoker's little lump of coal, just being exactly the same, it just doesn't have a smile anymore. Still got the eyes, it's just not smiling. Or like all I wanted was a fair world or whatever, and she dies and we can shed a tear. Oh. Okay, redemption arc or death. There are two options. And we all learned a valuable lesson. Let me close that. Pull that out. Okay. So what's the form? Choose the form of your mutation. It's like Ghostbusters, but Prawnbusters. Are we gonna go like full? Is she gonna acquire locomotion here, or is she? Are we going for claw or leg or head? I don't know. I feel like that'll distract from the character if she suddenly grows a shrimp head. Also, I don't know what the dog's doing. Does the dog get a shrimp bit? Does the dog have a name? There are so many questions. Maybe she has all of her normal body parts, but just grows more. We already have a character with 4 arms. Claw or leg sounds good. Doggo gets many legs. Many doggo legs. She's fine when mutated because she wanted the power to be fine, you know. Having difficulty parsing that. My brain's not working. Maybe lady starts to transform and doggo starts doing a concerned bark, possibly. Ah! Noises.
Maybe the dog is a part of her body. Bork, bork.
Oh no, we're going full-blown... I was about to say Full Metal Alchemist there. I don't know. I only know the setup of Full Metal Alchemist. I don't know if that's the thing that happens. Also, hi, Crow. How you doing? Like Darth Maul and Clone Wars full on crawly legs. You're making references I don't know. How you doing, Crow? You alright? Apologies if I don't explain what's happened up to this point. This has been 13 weeks of nonsense. Mr. Joel finally had the spoons to swing by. Hi. We missed you too. Hope you're doing well. It's better not knowing, that's fair. Anyway, she's turning into a shrimp. Because we helped the Jerboa people rebuild their town after it was destroyed by a giant Seahorse-Kaiju. It's fine. Okay, so let's do a thing. Okay, I'm gonna go. I guess it's a kind of dramatic moment if she gets out of the scooter thing, motorbike scooter thing. Autonomous vehicle user propellant. I don't think propellant's the right word, but you know what I mean. Also, hair goes down on the face. More evil. How you been? You been having a good time, hopefully? She's always got one eyebrow raised. It's just a thing. Always down to spoon the purple stars. To It's kind of a smile, but it's I'm not sure about this smile. So this was my plan, right? Yep. So it doesn't feel great. I've been right. Just trying to get by still. This is the thing. It's been a rough couple of years. Also, the hair got big. How are y'all? I'm alright. As distracted as always. Am I missing things? I got rid of my reference. You're now my reference. We're on to the third generation of reference. Did you know there was a global pandemic? Was there? Oh, bloody hell, I should leave the house to see what's going on. Wait, no, hang on. She looks a little bit Aardman here. What? I'm playing the telephone game with myself. Sounds about right. That's how my brain works. I feel like you wouldn't notice. You're a keen observer. An observer. Are we going with it? There we go. Chippy got there as well. Are we turning into the same person? If so, I apologize. And you have my sympathies. We going extra arm? I'm gonna go extra arm. Really hammer home the whole. Drift compatible to fight the giant Seahorse-Kaiju. Do a nice villainous flare of the hand. That's not a hand. Thank you. People, drawing people, bodies, even with giant claws. Let me look up crab claw. Crab. Giant Seahorse-Kaiju unhinges its jaw, and all his little spawn pour out. Lovely. Gotta love mouth spawn. Can someone say something so that there isn't an awkward silence after me saying mouth spawn? It can be admonishment. Doesn't matter. I deserve it. He was most likely to have mouth spawn in college.
Mouth spawn.
Oh dear. It's a good thing that TTS doesn't go through Streamlabs. Otherwise that would be on record.
Mouth spawn.
You all jumped on that one. I appreciate it. Anyway, crab shells make no sense. I invited it. I actively asked for it. I sent an RSVP. Nope.
Mother's pawn.
Moth Hazel. Meowths, not Mothers. What was that? Oh dear. Okay, what's the outfit? Because I'm bad. Okay, oh, it's got a cool sort of waistcoat thing going on.
Mutos spores.
Oh dear. Moses's mouth spawn? What? Is that what manner is? Apologies for anybody who believes in the early Abrahamic religions. Oh, hang on, that's not a skirt, that's a thing.
Muton spa.
Yes, Muton Spa. Every now and then, the aliens need a bit of a break. Mutons, they do a lot of aggressive physical activity. They need a break every now and then. How do you I don't know. This is not going well.
Mutant spank.
Now it's just getting silly. It was perfectly fine before. I've drawn people in this pose so many times and I still.
Mutton spam.
Mutton spam? Spam, 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 spam. Also, it's a thick leg. I could have a thick leg, but canonically, no. This is where we have some artistic license. And let's face it, I really should have my artistic license revoked by now, but I've definitely got more than 15 stars on it. Points, that's not it. Stars. Oh dear. Okay, so what I'm gonna do. I'm sorry this character is probably going to be a bit difficult to move around, but I guess it's an improvement on your previous situation? You know, it does at least function. Guess that's the point. The point of the whole sort of corruption arc. Got a kind of three-jointed thing going on. This against terms of service? Twitch, don't ban me for crab leg. Also, ironically, it was broken out of the fishnets. Also, ironically, smaller shrimp legs coming out. So it's a bit of a mess there now. The symbolism, I know. It's almost as if I planned it. I should stress I did not plan it. If you need your artist license revoked, you need your artist license revoked as well, so shut up and don't snitch. That is an impressive way of complimenting somebody, or getting somebody to feel good about themselves. So you better feel good about yourselves, because if not, it's going to punish me, and I will hate you for that forever. You're not a criminal and you're not going to jail. Look, it's not our fault that you keep wanting to draw furries on Sunday. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's less impressive than I thought it would be, but here we are.
Chibi is a fury.
Fury, absolutely. That's been known for a while, but whether or not she's a furry, it's a different matter. It's the fault of our own Jesus, yes. You feel responsible for Chibi's continued art descent. Don't worry, it's just wikis. Wikis want Chibi to draw all the animals. Also, hey Crow, if you haven't been around for a while, on Sundays we do a group stream where we all bring your own wiki, and we all bring along a wiki, randomly generate articles, and then other people have to draw the article. And so far we've gotten through about 50 wikis, and every single time Chibi has to draw a furry. Except last time. I think I had to draw one last time, didn't I? League of Legends, if I recall. Although Chibi did get Yogi Bear last time, so that's something. Is Yogi Bear a furry? No, he's just a bear. Where is this conversation going? There's a woman standing here with all sorts of weird appendages, and we're talking about furries. This isn't a furry, this is a... I can't say crusty, can I? We're not going there. Right, You've only occasionally drawn a person. It's a different brand of furry. You've drawn a number of humanoid animals, true. Lots of wolves. Wolves and foxes, that's the... You drew a pirate yeti ogre something at some point. Did that happen? I think I did. I drew a yeti, didn't I? What's the line between furry fetish and monster fetish? Some might say there isn't one. Well, I guess monster is like, it's a Venn diagram and furry is within it. So furry is entirely encompassed within monster fetish, because I would say, like, the Thing probably isn't considered a furry, but it is a monster. Anyway, asking for a friend. You know, I expected weird things to happen in this stream. This wasn't one of them. Yeah, glad we had this talk. I feel personally like we've gotten to know more about each other. I think we're closer than we were before. And I think if we take this away and use it to build on our future relationships, then together we can become a more caring and compassionate group of furry artists. So, this having happened, this character having now sprouted new limbs, I like how you automatically censor it. Probably just to avoid auto mod. That patch is just so nonchalant looking. This is a very boss. Oh, I've got to draw the dog. What's happening to the dog? You've got to have... You know, if we're supposed to feel sympathy for this character, something has to happen to the dog, right?
Asterisk Hazel thinking asterisk I am furry too also.
Hazel, you don't read the stage directions. How many times? Various animals, scalies, reptiles, monster is things not directly in those groups, many times with tentacles. So many things that I could say there. None of them are within terms of service. Yeah, she's just transformed and she's like, play it cool, play it cool. This is weird, but play it cool. Put the dog in a shrimp costume. It grew a shrimp costume. Pretty sure I had lizard furries. I think they're scalies. That is a term I've heard. Whether or not it's a term they use, not a clue. But scalies just look cool. Damn, I thought that was Chibi that said that because it's the same color. Flurries? Zardies? No, they're just races in Star Trek, right? Not turning into a shrimp, just a Halloween costume. Okay. How is... Google. How specific can you be? Quite specific, it turns out. This is furries and scalies. You've been informed by people in the know. Also, why you know the definitions. Also, fursuits are so insanely expensive. I can imagine. Like, just clothes nowadays are expensive. You try and get something like a fursuit made to fit you. and to look not incredibly creepy. Like it could very well go all Five Nights at Freddy's, couldn't it? Do furries run AC units in those, or do they just embrace death in the summer? From what I've seen of, I watch Adam Savage's YouTube channel, Tested, and he does a lot of costumey things at conventions and stuff like that. And yeah, seeing him take off the head of a large suit, having been in a convention center for a bit, there's a lot of sweat involved in that. So I imagine the ones who can afford it definitely fit one. The ones who can't suffer for their art. Anyway, here's Doggo in shrimp costume. Again, not a thing I expected to draw today, but that's what this series is about. Unexpected twists and turns. Usually you make it so that it's unexpected for the player of the game, not necessarily the writer. But here we are. So what's the conclusion to this? Do they scuttle away? Defeated but nonetheless determined to continue their whatever they're doing, their cover-up. I guess they failed in the cover-up here. So they're going to have to think of something else. There's a reason you usually have a handler if you're wearing a fursuit. A con to carry water and snacks and to handle doors. Oh yeah, I can imagine, like, doors are a problem. I've never thought about that. How do you know immediately what reference pic you used for the dog? I didn't really... I just typed in shrimp costume and found shrimp costumes. But I'd be very interested to see what picture you found, because if it's close, ooh. Sorry, I've just seen what Doug's posted. Shrimp legs. That just looks like armor. Also, what a crotch. That's against terms of service. Also, oops, can you stop drawing cursed horses that look better than when I try and do a normal horse? I'd very much appreciate it, thank you very much. Is furry handler a career you should look into? I feel like handler's the wrong word. Oh my god! That is not the picture I was using for reference, but I do love it. Oh dear. It looks so nonplussed. I can see what you thought it was, but no, I was just looking at pictures of shrimp costumes. Oh no. Look at the abomination. This is what Shrimp God hath wrought. This is what your foul corruption and pollution is doing unto the world. Poor innocent doggos transforming into lobsters. Okay, well that's the thing. Now you imagine this is an in-world propaganda poster. Yeah, this is one of the designs you can post up for the Resistance. That's one of the side quests, is to put a poster of that up in every town you can visit. Okay, so that happens. Fight happens. What happens next? Let's look at the next symbol. Let's go for it. We're almost done with this area. Gotta be really careful on this, because if I move the layer away that has all the things on it. You see that whole thing? Oh no. What are we hoping for? Death? If it's a boss rush, I quit. If she scuttles off, we can fight her again later. Yeah, she's not gonna die here. She'll come back shrimpier than ever. Yeah. Well, okay, we meet a new character. Important Jerboa character? Traveling something? We haven't met a new character for a while, haven't we? Yeah, the last person we met was Fu. And before that, bloody ages ago. Well, I can't even remember what this was. Oh, this was in the village. This is when we met Jethro. All the meeting we've been doing up to this point has just been people joining our party. Okay, save that so I don't forget. Might take 7 years, but it'll happen. There we go. Cool. New character, Wise Mum Jabbar. You a huge Tales or Trails fan? The Tales games, Trails games you think you're carrying on. I did, speaking of that, sorry, random aside. I did find out there was, hang on, let me have a look very quickly. I probably shouldn't do this on stream, I should probably just do it off stream. Just while I'm reminded of it. Trails of Cold Steel, that's the one, right? Yes. Apparently there is, if you're interested, Kiro, a Trails of Cold Steel 3 randomizer. I follow a thing that keeps me up to date with randomizers. And that popped up and I thought, oh, wonder if Kiro would be interested. Anyway. I really want to draw this picture of the dog properly. Okay, so what was it? What happens? New character. Okay. It can be multiple characters. We can meet a whole family of Jerboa friends. May have to look that up. Hang on, I'll post it quickly in. Actually, I'll post it after the stream. Yeah. So, what am I doing? Jerboa friends. Cool. Yes. Ideas for characters. I vote we meet a whole family, a whole little family of friends. It doesn't mean I have to learn how to draw these properly, but oh no. Did I save the Jerboa things? No. Why didn't I? God's sake. God's sake, me. What do you think you're playing at? There they are. Look at him. Quick reminder. Hooray! Wonderful draw. Whole Jerboa family, yeah. Let's not do that so we can actually see the face of this character. Because this character should be important to the story, right? So this character is going to come back at some point. Or these characters, or what have you. Cool. What do we know about these characters? Why are they important to the story? Maybe they know a little bit about what's been going on. Maybe they need help. Maybe they're going to come with us, accompany us, not as a party member, but as a kind of help or whatever, because their home's been destroyed and they need to go somewhere. I don't know. We don't even really know where we're going. A little bit of hair sticking up there. An old Jerboa storyteller. Ooh. Also, are these people called Jerboas, or do we have another name? I guess we don't have a name for the mushroom people. They're just mushroom people, so why not? How do I make you not look creepy? It doesn't matter. That looks like goop. This will be the storyteller one. Could be we escort them to the next settlement so the gang can get their bearings and figure out where to go. Could be. Or the next symbol could be that we meet up with the rest of the group. They've got like a bag of what's left of their belongings. Today's homework is design your member of the Jerboa family, who probably won't do an awful lot in the story. Oh, also, yeah, we're going to design resistance members, weren't we? What about that? Also, to spread news about the attack and warn others of the monsters getting more aggressive. Cool. The storyteller and their apprentices, who've been taken somewhere safer to warn other settlements, possibly. Yeah. I'm going to take the picture that Chibi drew as being the main. This is the main one. So this is Chibi's character. Forgot homework. I mean, the dog ate it. Don't worry, homework doesn't exist. As I said, subsequent to the doing of Citadel of Chaos, I wanted to design this in such a way that if none of you wanted to do anything, it would still work. So it's just better if you do. If you want to join in, fantastic, wonderful, but you don't have to. And that makes it better for everyone. An injured Jerboan knight and the trusty lizard steed who held off the seahorse until the gang arrived. Cool, I have 8 minutes. Have fun designing that in your own time. That sounds fun though. You did homework before you even knew we had homework, apparently. You know, if you're in school and you learn, you know, you just learn multiplication, and then you go home and then you just do all the multiplications. When you next get homework, just copy and paste it. It'll be great. Does involve doing a lot more work than just what you needed to do, but you could do it ahead of time. How do clothes work? I don't know. Also names. This one really likes the stories. Frame man! What are you doing? Oh, he's run away now. Coward. Frame man, frame me a man. So maybe the sort of oral traditions of Freyman wants to be Jerboan. Is Freyman secretly a Seahorse-Kaiju? I was in the middle of a sentence and I stopped myself, and now I don't remember what the sentence is. Maybe the oral traditions of the Jerboans shed a little bit more light on what might have actually happened during the whole flashback shrimp god disaster thing. I don't know how, because they weren't a people then, but who knows? Since when has, you know, time travel shenanigans in a JRPG had plot holes? Twitch man, just let me reload without giving you an ad. Ads. Oh, what's the last symbol? Yeah, we should probably have a look at that before we end, and then we can have a think. I bet it's rejoining. If not, boss rush. It's, yay, the group, everyone meets up. Everybody meets back up, and the story can continue. We now have 7 people in our party. It's a mess. I thought it would be. I thought my programming would be stupid enough to just stick a symbol on the end of a column so it would always be the longest one. The map works! Yes, we got a MacGuffin, and we didn't use it because we didn't have the symbol, but we got it, and it was helpful. The oral traditions are like with the native Australians, who have oral stories from the actual Ice Age. Ooh. Did not know that. Good to learn these things. What was it? It was... Party... No? Is it? What's it called? Oh, it's just called Join. Cool. Join? There we are. Look at that. It's almost like the system works. That's far too grandiose. What are you doing? Brad pointing at Veridog. Whom's the fuck is that? Mo pointing back at Fu. Whom's the fuck is that? And everybody meets up and it's great. And Stoker points at Buffy and goes, "What's the fuck is that?" Would you armor the ears? Probably not. I don't know why he's holding it like that. This is very yes, by the way. Everyone has to go, where the fuck did you learn to say fuck? A candle. Candle itself cannot speak, but it can absolutely corrupt the young. It has a clever way of taking a knife and scraping it into a surface to make it sound like speech. We can't say fuck, we can convey the feelings of fuck. It's more like, it doesn't matter whether you know the word already. As soon as Wick points a knife at you, you just say it. And that's how it works. It's just the natural reaction to being confronted with Wick. Anyway, I hope you like these characters. We probably will never see them again. Well, we will see them again because they're important to the plot, apparently. But maybe not all of them, and maybe not the lizard. As much as I like the lizard, it's a kerfuffle. Anyway, here are the traveling Jerboans. Saradas needs a bit of his ear missing to show that he's a warrior, as is tradition. Cool. Endeavour steeds swift legs, which is ironic because this lizard moves slower than the sand it's on. You got me to, yeah. The thing is, when all of the chat is mentioning it, it's fine. Like, I don't mind using the words in a contextual sense of, you know, talking about the word and stuff like that. I like saving the expletive use of the word for when it's really necessary, so then it has more impact, you know. I have nothing against people using the word. Definitely not. None of you have ever heard my mum speak, but boy howdy. Anyway. So that was a productive stream talking about furries. And then drawing some nice furry characters. What have you done to me? Also, I get to do this. Everybody get excited. Everybody get excited. It's... the group are all back together. There we are. It's all one group. Yay! Everybody can be friends. That might be exciting. The jabot has fallen off, as you can see. Also, you're covering up Fu, who I also need to do an avatar for. Remind me of that. You need to censor yourself when online, because you can get in trouble. Oh no. Also, music stopped. When did that happen? But we're back. Again, just as a reminder, music is kindly provided by Adrian von Ziegler, who lets people use his music on streams and YouTube videos for free, which is very kind. And he has a new album out, which I think I'm right in saying is still free? Yeah, it's free till the 7th of July, so there's an hour's worth of nice fantasy guitar music, which you're listening to now. Big party! Hooray! Who knows when they'll split up again? I sure don't. Freyman, stop it. Freyman. Ah. There. I'll take the lizard away. Stop it, Freyman. Stop it, and stop it. Stop it. You're embarrassing me in front of my friends. Stop it. Yeah, so. Thanks for coming along. Not you, Freyman. Calm down. So that's that. I'm good with endings, as you know. Tomorrow, we will continue with Chicory, the game in which everything is cute and everyone's from the north. But it's also about struggling with depression, and it's a time. A character has already remarked that making art for work purposes is depressing, but making art for yourself is where actual happiness is. And it hits a bit close to home. Now they can show up whenever. Yeah. So yeah, Chicory. Some more Chicory tomorrow. Then I presume a Chibi Nethers Day for Thursday, as the name implies. Hopefully, well, maybe more Belgariad, maybe something else. There was talk of another project. I don't know. I'm not in control of it. I like the surprise. Chibi Nethers Day. Therapy hour for artists, yeah. We'll see. Then Friday is Patreon hangout time for anyone who's there. Then Saturday is, are people free on Saturday to do Don't Starve? I'm happy to do that again, because believe it or not, this Saturday I'm not being jabbed in the arm. Not that I know of, anyway. Someone could surprise me, I don't know. Whatever ought I. Oh, actually, that's the point, because Christie's character, if I recall, I've just closed chat. That's probably a silly idea. Whatever it is, it's going to be a good time. You should be free, fantastic. Steam, do you want to open? That'd be great. Here we are. Go, I don't care, go away. Thursday. Yes, so on Thursday, Christie's character is getting an update. So that's nice. They're getting new abilities and they can craft new things and be friends with spiders. You should be free. It's good times. Okay, yeah, so we could do Don't Starve on Saturday if no big events are happening. And then on Sunday, bring your own wiki. Weekends of definitely feeling like stream with friend times, and I'm not upset about that. So yeah, that's all that. What else to be said? Oh, there's gonna be due to me rearranging some stuff, October comics might be a little more sparse. I don't know how frequent or infrequent they'll become. They'll probably just be sort of whenever. Because hey, can't really justify doing them when they're not helping me make a living. Sad fact of reality. But you know, other things are getting made as well. So yeast gods. So yeah, don't hope it would be nice if I can get a comic out on Thursday, but we'll see. Yeah. I don't know how to end things. Thank you for coming along. We had lots of friends here today. Yay. Good times. We had a crow. Woo. And a Noobs, and a Ragdoll, and a Christy, and a Jib, and a Kira. And a Duck, and... Is that it? My brain says I apologize in advance to people I forgot. Good to see you all. Good to see you! Hope you're doing alright. Yeah, I'm going to end now because I'm bad at ending things. So, sure. Am I going to leave you with that? That's like 4 minutes long. Let's get some other music up. What music do I have here? You know, it's been a while. Let's do a classic. See you around. Have a good time, everyone. Look after yourselves. Goodbye.